John Thacker.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good to see your shiny faces again.
It's lovely to see
You're bearing
yours.
up under the strain of all this.
It's lovely to see yours.
Good. I don't want to say too much. As you know, I talk from the top here. I was looking through my little resume on the computer before I came here, and I noticed I didn't get a spelling check. There were a few words there that just weren't quite complete, but I'm sure you'd understand that. Anyway, without further ado, I just want to mention the importance of my submission is to get your priorities right. I feel that we're only a small city. We only have a population of 350,000, and we've got all these satellite towns all around us. Now, they're all getting their facilities. They don't need us. Let's look after us. Look after the ratepayers. I feel that sport's gone overboard. I don't think we need all these sports facilities. If these people need sports facilities, let them do some fundraising. Why look at the council? Why look at the government? It's wrong. I mean, that's what we used to do in the old days. We used to have meat raffles, quizzes, you name it, and we put something towards it. But are they doing any of that now? I don't think so. Anyway, I just mentioned first off about the concentrating on basic services. I mentioned that for the sole purpose that we've had 7 years of hell, and as you know, underground services are not popular with the public because they don't see them. But when they pull the chain and say, oh, hell, it's not working, there's no water coming through, they say, oh, it's the council's fault. You know, and in actual fact, we've been very fortunate with this earthquake because previous councils have neglected the underground services. A lot of the pipes were terracotta and they just went crack. A lot of them were not serviced for years. So we've had a mammoth job of actually getting all the sewerage together, all the water together, all the underground services together. And it's not a sort of thing that's going to happen overnight, as you all know. I believe a lot of them are having to be redone because they haven't been done properly. And I believe they're using rubber joints and so on, so it's more flexible if there is another earthquake. Anyway, enough of that one. My next one was about the Metro Sports Centre. I think it should be scaled right down. Why do we need several stadiums, several this, several that? We're only a small city, for goodness sake. I've just come back from Rome last Saturday. It's a huge place. They're looking after their infrastructure. They're looking after their old buildings and so on. You can drink their water out of the tap without chlorine. What I'm really getting at is that we can't afford all these facilities. Even in the 20-year plan or the 10-year plan, what's 10 years, isn't it? 10-year plan, we can't afford it. Ratepayers are stretched now. And in actual fact, if we have one decent stadium that can be used multi-purpose with a roof on it, everything around it will develop. We'll get shops, we'll get other things around it. It can be utilised for rock concerts, it can be reused for all sorts of things. Any jam going. Now, don't spend any more money on art installations. I love art and I enjoy the art installations we've got, but you don't think about the future of having to maintain these art things. We're already having to clean this one and clean that one and do this and do that. We've got enough. Let's have travelling exhibitions and so on, that's good. Now, taking out leases on public buildings, I don't know what's happening about the Thacker, but it's been sitting there a long time empty and we're missing out on money. It's ratepayers' money. We should be earning money. And let's look forward and have a floating restaurant in Governor's Bay, actually funded by the council. Lease it out. I reckon it would be a boon. As for redos, the Canterbury Provincial Building, I noticed the wooden section is being repaired at the moment. Get that up and running on that side. Don't worry about the stone one. That can be done in 35 years. It doesn't matter. It's secure. Now, public transport, that's the one I'm very hot on. I live in Governor's Bay, and my wife and I would like to have a bus to take us into town every now and again, and a bus to Littleton. We can't do either. We have to take a car. Sometimes I have to take 2 cars because my wife's going one direction, I'm going in the other.
Yep.
I'm not just thinking of me, by the way. Oh, time.
Yeah.
Time. Sorry about that. Anyway, I've written it all down in writing, and it's from my heart, and I'm sure that if you've got any questions, you'll ask me. And I've got a few ideas. Let's get our underground services straight, our precious water chlorine-free. Let's enjoy the clean, green city, look for a great future. After all, many cities in the world have not got a second chance as we've had a second chance. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a really good note to end on. Hate to disappoint you though, but Rome does chlorinate its water. But you didn't notice the difference, which is very telling indeed. So thank you very much for your submission.
Just before I go, I just want to mention briefly, I looked up my archives and I've got 3 maps. One's an aeroplane view of Christchurch. Aeroplane view, so it doesn't say what date it is, but it's actually fascinating to see. I've got to get it repaired, it's getting a bit... I just want to show you quickly, I don't hold you up. I just think it's important just to see where we've come from and where we're going.
Would somebody help? Yeah, that's right. And could somebody with their iPad take a photo of it so that you can circulate it to us? Great, thanks, Sarah. Brilliant.
I'm going to get it repaired so it's
Yeah, no, that's good.
preserved.
We're
And
all
I've
going
also
to
got
we're all
one
going to
here,
getting a copy
which
of
was
that.
put out by the Historic Places Trust, and believe it or not, most of the buildings are still here. So we're on a win situation there.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.